Hello my friends, Marty Ware here from Marty's Garden. Now today I don't have an exciting video for you. I don't have any gardening stuff, unfortunately. What I do have though is a story that's unfolding around me and has been for the last week or more. We had a fire not so far from here and had to evacuate Karen from the school, local high school, and lots of things going on, and it was a real worry. When I woke up in the morning, there was ash all over the lawn, all over the car, and it's getting quite scary because it's been so dry. It's one of the driest times that I've ever seen on record, and a lot of people are saying pretty much the same thing because it hasn't been raining and there is no moisture in the ground, in the earth, in the trees, in the grasses. Everything is bone dry, and so that means just a spark, it lights up. And what's happening is these fires now, they're spot fires or big fires, 17 out of control yesterday, and over, I think, 84 burning across New South Wales, just everywhere. If you look on the maps, it's just absolutely insane. And when you look on the satellite, it looks like there's storm fronts, but they're actually, it's just smoke because the satellite can't tell the difference between the smoke and the rain. So it's been pretty mad. Now, if you didn't see the video yesterday, well, I don't know if it's yesterday, I'm going to upload this probably today, tonight. If you didn't see that one, just go back and watch that as well, so you can keep updated on this. Now, what I've done is I've filmed some TV news because they talk about locally where we are. I'm in the mid-north coast of New South Wales, so that's right in the middle of New South Wales, basically on the coast, and I'm only about 10-minute walk from the beach. And straight behind me, I've got a big mountain, whole lots of bush and things, and it's you know, it's very, very dry. And so with fires to the north and fires to the south, both coming sort of in a certain direction, and with winds changing and things, there's still a dangerous element, and there obviously has been a very dangerous element for many people across there. And so what I've done is, I'll get to it, I filmed some of the news for you. Watch this, and at the end, as they move further to the end, they interview a lady and a couple of people from Dunbogan, from across the river, about what happened last night. So we're still on a watch and act here, and it's heavy time, guys. Anyway, watch this news so they can update you better than what I can. Just before we get into this breaking news, the audio wasn't so great on the TV, and I was able to turn it up later on. But they did bring up some maps here, and it shows you the area of where I live. So basically, I live in Port Macquarie, just south of Port Macquarie, about 30 kilometres, right near this green area on the north of Dunbogan. Now, actually, that fire went a little bit further than that, and it's absolutely crazy. And what we're looking at here is another fire that is just south of Taree. Now, the audio did get a bit better, so what I'm going to do is take you to that news clip now.
Yeah, these aren't live pictures there, but these are pictures from that Hillville area. But your heart sinks when you see that, and you think about how difficult it is for authorities to get a handle on the scale of this. Like we've heard up until now, that it's 100 homes, but that could well increase significantly. And you get an idea from those pictures that there are going to be properties in a number of remote rural areas where they haven't been able to get to, where they haven't been able to get full tally through. But that, and again with these bushfires, you see that some homes are still standing, but some are devastated right next door. But yeah, you just get that sinking feeling about that. The number of houses from these fires that have devastated New South Wales over the past 24 hours is going to rise significantly, and the fire authorities were describing this as unprecedented, and some people are saying, well, unprecedented, we've had fires all the time, but the unprecedented thing about these fires was that there were 17 emergency level fires at the same time yesterday afternoon. And we just haven't seen that level of fire activity. There's no doubt there's been terrible fires. We had the terrible fire in the Blue Mountains in 2013 where 200 homes were lost in that Winmalee area, and that was terrible devastation caused there. And yesterday we just had these huge. Actually, we're just hearing now. Actually, the number of homes destroyed has increased to 150. So that has only just come through. So that number increasing from this morning. We heard the Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons saying earlier this morning that the number of homes destroyed or lost was 100. That his concern that was going to increase. So word just through that number has increased to 150. The death toll at this stage is 2. We understand though those 2 people died up in the Glen Innes fire, the fire that was near Glen Innes to the east of Glen Innes. One person found in a burnt out car, and one woman who was badly burned and then went to hospital later, and she died this morning, unfortunately. But the concern also is that death toll could well rise significantly.
There are still 5 people who are unaccounted for, and when I spoke earlier as well to David West, who's the mayor near the fires happening near Taree, he said the other concern, in addition to the impact on homes, is that there was currently some 1,000 properties without power. There were also concerns that this would be affecting the communication abilities of people in the region and also of emergency services there, and given the terrain as well, there are grave fears that the impact, of course, will be even greater.
You just really do get the sinking feeling that that this is, well, it's obviously already been a very, very dark day for New South Wales yesterday in particular. Fires also burning in Queensland. But just seeing these pictures come in now, this devastation, you just get the sinking feeling that number of homes destroyed is going to increase even further beyond this 150 number that we have now. And so just keeping this in context for you once again, so we understand this is from the Hillville fire. So that's the fire that was burning to the south of Taree and towards the old bar area. It remains an emergency fire, but that fire has burnt through places to the south of Taree called Kirawak and Rainbow Flat and towards Diamond Beach, and also Wallaby or Wallaby Point there. And the concern is that fire will take out more of that area through this afternoon with those southerlies blowing through at 50 k's an hour. Let's hear now from Lisa Rubbo, our reporter. Now, those pictures there were from near Taree. We're going back to the north of there now to Port Macquarie. There have been huge fires burning to the west of Port Macquarie. There was that eerie orange glow over Port Macquarie through late yesterday. The area has been devastated to the west of Port Macquarie. Our reporter Lisa Rubbo now has more from Dunbogan, that's just to the south of the city.
Well, conditions have eased following a southerly change, which was quite blustery overnight and actually caused a lot of concern and made the situation volatile for firefighters on the ground fighting those emergency level bushfires last night. It's still quite fresh here. Temperatures have dropped by about 10 degrees compared to what it was yesterday, and certainly the risk is not as severe, it appears, as it was yesterday. There is a fresh southwesterly breeze blowing here south of Port Macquarie. There's a smoke haze still hanging over the region. The township of Dunbogan was evacuated last night. Some chose to stay, some chose to leave, but they're really a town that have been sandwiched in the middle of the fires, the emergency fires which have threatened properties in Port Macquarie yesterday and the day before. And to the south, we're looking to the south of the region, where that fire in the Crowdy Bay National Park is also threatening properties between Harrington and Port Macquarie. So yes, it has eased, but still a very evolving situation. We have heard reports that further north of Port Macquarie at Belangry near Telegraph Point, reports of 4 homes lost there, but they're unconfirmed and no lives lost at this stage. And beaches have been closed. Most of the beaches here on the mid-north coast have been closed today.
So Louisa, you did mention there as well as though those conditions they're fluctuating and seeing the fire conditions change somewhat, that people have been making choices around whether or not to evacuate. Can you just update us on the evacuation situation in the area?
Yes, so today a lot of people from the Dunbogan region, which is just near Laurelton, have been coming to this lookout here, the Dunbogan lookout, to look south. They live just down there, and last night they were told to evacuate. They received the text to get out. One couple I spoke to chose to do so. The other person and her husband chose to stay.
We again got the warning to get out, but we ummed and ahed and we didn't. We stayed home. I'd say 50% of the street might have gone, but the majority of we stayed.
They told everybody in Dunbogan to get out while we still can, because we've only got one road between Dunbogan and Laurelton, so we got out.
Now, Louisa, what is the outlook for the rest of the day and the potential for risk to communities there?
It's very real. I mean, even though it is cooler and that blood red sky has disappeared from Port Macquarie this morning, the winds right now are picking up, and although they're southerly, they're going to cause some problems for firefighters and residents. So everybody is just watching these fires to the north of Port Macquarie and to the south of Port Macquarie very closely this afternoon.
So what do you think of that, guys? It's pretty heavy. Now, I know a lot of you follow me from overseas and in Australia, and the people in Australia, you're seeing this news, so this is probably not new to you if you're watching the ABC channel. But people over in California and the UK and different places around the world that are watching this show, you don't get to see the ABC news like that and get a rundown of sort of what's going on. What I'll try and do, if the weather's not too radical, I'll try and get some shots later on, or get back down the river again and see what we can see and keep you updated, because this is not over yet. This still has some time to go, and I don't think I'll be doing any garden filming while this is all going on. It's just all a little bit wild, so I'm going to work on other things behind the scene and keep you guys updated. Now, if you're in Australia or around anywhere around fires, I've been asking all the people in Facebook and YouTube and everywhere around the globe to pray for these people, to keep them safe, and to not only pray for their safety, but for rain across Australia as well. These are devastating and heavy times, and they're saying that these storm systems are creating weather, their own weather patterns. It's that hot and that radical, and if they join together, we could have mega fires. So there's some definite worries going on here. So please put your hands together and put your prayers out for these people and this country, and I'll keep you updated real soon. All right, catch you later, guys.